Hi, good morning to everyone. So in this class I will explain some more applications about the work energy theorem. You know very well, formula for kinetic energy is Ke is equal to half mv square, and according to work energy theorem, work done by the net force acting on any particle or any body is always equal to change in kinetic energy. Suppose there are so many forces are acting on a given particle, then work done by the conservative force plus work done by the non-conservative force, work done by internal force, work done by external force, whatever it may be, work done by frictional force, all are equivalent to change in kinetic energy means K2 minus K1. Okay. Next again, a few applications regarding to work energy theorem they are explained in previous video or in previous class. Now I am going to explain some few applications like చూడండి. First one, application 1 లేదా example 1 ఏదైనా ఒకటి. But very important and also very easiest concept. ఇప్పుడు ఏమంటారంటే suppose a car and lorry moving along the same straight line direction having same kinetic energy, same brake force is applied on both of the vehicles. Which one comes to rest earlier? And before coming to stop, which travels more distance? ఈ రెండు అడుగుతాడు. అర్థమైందా అది? A car and lorry moving along the same straight line having same kinetic energy. చూడండి. Suppose if a car and lorry having same kinetic energy moving along a straight line, moving along the same straight line. Suppose if same brake force is applied on both of them, same brake force is applied on both of them, okay, both of them. ఇక్కడ ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చేయాలి. Out of car and lorry, which will comes to rest earlier? ఏది త్వరగా రెస్ట్లోకి వస్తుంది? Which will travel maximum distance before coming to stop? Okay, జాగ్రత్త. ఇక్కడ ఏమంటాడు? If a car and lorry both are having same kinetic energy, okay, అంటే kinetic energy remaining constant, K value constant ఇచ్చాడు, moving along a straight line, and the same brake force is applied on both of them, same brake force, and F is equal to constant. ఇవి రెండు కాన్స్టెంట్లు ఇచ్చాడండి. ఇప్పుడు అబ్జర్వ్ చేద్దాం. Some force is acting on a given body means work is done by the external force. According to work energy theorem, work done is always equivalent to F into S and should be equivalent to K2 minus K1, change in kinetic energy. Observe. So, according to work energy theorem, work done by this force is equivalent to change in kinetic energy delta K. ఇక్కడ ఏంటి? Suppose a car is, suppose this vehicle is moving in forward direction, right? Same brake force అంటున్నాడు. Brake force అంటే opposite force కదా. ఇది ఆ విధంగా ఉన్నాం అనుకోండి. Some kinetic energy, same brake force is applied on the vehicle. అవునా? Displacement ఈ డైరెక్షన్ లో వస్తుంది, force is opposite. Work done is equivalent to minus F into S is equal. Change in kinetic energy means K2 minus K. Okay. Finally, the vehicle comes to rest means final velocity 0 and final K is also 0. Therefore, minus F into S is equal to 0 minus K. Okay, na? From this, F into S is equal to K1 0 and initial kinetic energy. Okay, na? Also given kinetic energy of both the vehicles is same. Both are having same kinetic energy. And K1 is also constant. Constant value round off చేస్తున్నాను. F is also constant. That's why దీని నుంచి s is equal to ఎలా వచ్చింది కాన్స్టెంట్ s is equal to constant means this implies s1 is equal to s2 s1 is equal to s2 means both car and lorry travels the same distance before coming to stop. Okay na, this is the first part. Second part వచ్చేసి here s is equal to constant means s is also equal to u to the sub a square in terms of time. U becomes, suppose it is starting with some initial velocity v and finally it comes to stop after traveling to certain distance. ఇక్కడ s లో వస్తుంది. Displacement travel before coming to stop is equal to s. ఒకవేళ అక్కడ suppose the body is starting from rest from this position and is moving like this by applying this force. Okay, u0 means distance traveled is equal to s. S is equal to u to the sub a square, u becomes 0. But ఇక్కడ s constant means half a t square is equal to constant. Okay, half into a is also equal to from Newton's second law f by m into t square is equal to constant. Am I right? Here 1 by 2 constant, f value constant. Now t square is proportional to m. Okay, t square is proportional to m. That means t is proportional to ఎంత వస్తుంది root m. t proportional to root m. ఇక్కడేమో s1 is equal to s2 equation 1, t proportional to root m. From these two equations we conclude that both car and lorry travel the same distance before coming to stop and time is proportional to root m and which one comes to rest earlier means which one is having minimum time to travel or to come to the rest. Minimum time unnadi ante mass is also minimum. Out of car and lorry which one is having minimum mass? Car. But from this equation we conclude that the car will comes to rest earlier than the lorry. And from 1 and 2 it is concluded both car and lorry travel the same distance before coming to stop. Okay na, and same distance, both will travel the same distance and car will comes to rest earlier than lorry. Okay, are you understand? Right. So this is case 1, case 1. So the next application is observation. Inkote la is for second application. Same day case lo ikkada enti if a car and lorry both are having same kinetic energy annadu, but in the second situation if a car and lorry having same linear momentum and same brake force is applied on both of them. This is the situation. Car and lorry having same linear momentum means P is equal to constant. And also same brake force is applied on both of them. F is equal to constant. దీనికి డిఫరెన్స్ చూడండి. ఇక్కడ కార్ అండ్ లారీ having same kinetic energy and same brake force is applied. ఇక్కడ same linear momentum and same brake force is applied on both of them. P constant, F constant. According to work energy theorem, work done by the external force is equal to change in kinetic energy means K2 minus central work done minus F into S is equal final K is 0 minus initial kinetic energy K1. Otherwise F into S is equal K1. Okay, But in this situation, kinetic energy is not given. Only the linear momentum is same for both the bodies. Kinetic energy in terms of linear momentum means p square by 2m. Ke is equal to p square by 2m. If observe same brake force is applied on both of them. 2 is also constant. Same linear momentum p is also constant. That's why S is proportional to 1 by m. S is proportional to 1 by m. As the displacement is proportional to inversely proportional to mass means more mass, less displacement. Less mass, more displacement. So come on, tell me, which one travels more distance before coming to stop? Car. Because the mass of the car is less when compared to mass of the lorry. So this is equation 1. Okay. And again, S is also expressed written as half a t square is equal or is proportional to 1 by m. Half into a is also equal to f by m into t square is also proportional to 1 by m. Both sides remain cancel. 1 by 2 constant, f is also constant. T square is equal to constant or t is equal to constant. T is equal to constant. This is equation 2 or t1 is equal to t2. What I mean is both car and lorry comes to rest at the same time, but before coming to stop, car travels the maximum distance. Car travels the maximum distance. So this is the second application. So what is the conclusion? That is both of them comes to rest. Both of them comes to rest at the same time. And car travels maximum distance. Car travels maximum distance before coming to stop. Before coming to stop than lorry. Okay. Otherwise, the conditions they are very important. Theory bits are చాలా important. So the next concept is what is meant by gravitational potential energy and derive the formula for gravitational potential energy of a particle. What are the examples of gravitational potential energy and also what is meant by equilibrium and what are the types of equilibrium. ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ కొంచెం జాగ్రత్తగా అర్థం చేయండి. ఫస్ట్ వన్ పొటెన్షియల్ ఎనర్జీ or gravitational potential energy. Potential energy and how do you define it? The energy possessed by a body by virtue of its position or state is known as the potential energy. Kinetic energy means the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its velocity or by virtue of its speed is known as the kinetic energy. What are the examples of kinetic energy? Kinetic energy के example ఏంటంటే the energy possessed by a moving vehicle, the energy possessed by a flowing water in a river. Okay na? That means all the bodies which are having or which are moving with certain velocity, they are having some kinetic energies. Okay. Next, potential energy means the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its position or state is called as the potential energy. So the best example is, suppose some water is stored in a dam. Dam lo observe చేసామనుకోండి, డ్యామ్ లోపల వచ్చేసి వాటర్ స్టోర్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఒక్కసారిగా క్రస్ట్ గేట్లు రిమూవ్ చేయగానే ఏమవుతుందంటే దట్ వాటర్ విల్ ఫ్లోస్ విత్ మాక్సిమం కరెంట్ ఎనర్జీ. బిఫోర్ ఓపెన్ ది క్రస్ట్ గేట్స్ there is some energy possessed by the water inside the dam. That water is stored inside the dam. అర్థమైంది? So therefore the energy possessed by a water stored in a dam is the best example for a potential energy. Next one, suppose a spring is wounded. The spring is wounded in the alarm clock. The energy possessed by the spring in the wounded position is called as the potential energy. It's called potential energy. So they are the two examples. Next one, suppose some arrow is released from the bending bow. before the arrow is released, total energy will be, total energy stored in the bow as a potential energy. Once it is released, potential energy of the bow will convert it into kinetic energy of arrow. Okay. Before leaving the arrow, the energy possessed by the bending bow is the best example for a potential energy. Right? Okay. Next one, we will derive the formula for gravitational potential energy. So expression for gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy expression. దీని మనం రైట్. For example, this is the surface of water. A part of the surface of earth. Earth surface. This is surface of earth. Okay, surface of earth. As this arc is completed such that we are having some sphere. This is the center of the sphere. Okay, what is the center? From this point to this point, the distance is called the radius of the earth. Now again, a body of mass m lying on the surface of earth. Mass of the body is equal to m. It is lying on the surface of the earth at the point P. Okay. Therefore, the gravitational force acting on the body, which is always directed towards the center of the earth. Okay, na? Gravitational force is nothing but weight of the body, and Fg is equal to mg. Fg is equal to mg. For example, let the body is pulled through a certain distance above the ground from A to B. Some work is done on it. Find the value of vector in displacing or in lifting the block to a height h above the ground level. H height vector calculation. For example, gravitational force acting on the block is equal to mg, which is acting downwards. Okay. Displacement through which the block will be rising. S is equal to h, which is measured in upward direction. When this block is moved upwards, a similar force will be acting on the body. Then only it can be lifted. Okay. But here it is remembered that applied force should be magnitudely equal to weight only, not greater than, not less than. Then only it can be lifted through certain height. Okay. Suppose as the body is lifted to certain height, work done by the gravitational force here, but applied force direction lo untundi. Applied force is also equal to mg, which is measured in upward direction. But work done to displace the body through a height h by the applied force is given by W equal to f bar dot s bar or fs cos theta. Theta becomes 0 as the applied force and also displacement both are in the same direction. Cut f into s. F is equal to mg and s is equal to h. This is the amount of work. This total work done in displacing the body through certain height will be stored in the form of gravitational potential energy. Okay. The gravitational potential energy is represented by U. So that's why U is equal to mgh. Okay, ready? This is the expression for gravitational potential energy. U is equal to mgh. Right. But here, in lifting the body to a height h, what is the work done by the gravitational force? Work done by the gravitational force is equal to Fg into S into cos theta. Fg is equal to mg, S is equal to h, cos theta is equal to 180. Angle between gravitational force and displacement is equal to 180. Cos 180. Cos 180 is equal to mg minus 1. And this is equal to minus mgh. Okay, minus mgh. Just now, this is also equal to gravitational potential energy at that height. This should be negative. Avuna? Negative. Kani magnitude remaining constant andi. Magnitude mark by energy, because energy is a scalar. Scalar kabatti gravitational potential energy is always same. పాజిటివ్. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, సపోజ్ the body can be lifted through a small displacement dx above the surface of earth, work done by the gravitational force is work done by the gravitational force work done by the gravitational force to displace the body through a small height dx is given by dw. So dw is equal to ఎంత అవుతుంది minus fg into dx కదా, minus fg into dx. మరి ఇక్కడ dw is also equal to change in potential energy between one point, initial point to final point. కానీ dw is equal to du, కానీ du is equal to minus fg into dx కదా, minus fg into dx. లేదా దీని నుంచి fg is equal to ఎంత అవుతుంది minus du by dx. fg is equal to minus du by dx. What is fg? It is a gravitational force. But gravitational force is equal to minus du by dx, where u is equal to potential energy, du by dx is equal to change in potential energy per unit displacement. Change in potential energy per unit displacement. Remember my dear students, f is equal to minus du by dx. fg means gravitational force. మరి ఇక్కడ ఈ gravitational force ఏ కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఆర్ నాన్ కన్జర్వేటివ్? ప్రీవియస్ క్లాస్ లో చెప్పుకున్నాను, gravitational force is the best example for a conservative force. But in general we can written as, in case of a conservative force, f is equal to minus du by dx. Good peట్టుకోండి, note point. So in case of a conservative force, f is equal to minus du by dx. ఈ కండిషన్ సాటిస్ఫై చేయాలి, కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్స్ అన్నామంటే కండిషన్ సాటిస్ఫై చేయాల్సింది. Or the conservative force can be expressed as negative potential energy gradient. Negative potential energy gradient. That means the conservative force is always equal to negative potential energy gradient. Potential energy is always equal to conservative force lo aithe the conservative force is always equal to negative potential energy gradient. Potential energy gradient అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి అంటే change in potential energy per unit length is called potential gradient. Okay na? But the conservative force is always equal to negative potential energy gradient. Next again, what is meant by an equilibrium, and also what are the types of equilibrium? అర్థమైందండి? Expression for gravitational potential energy U equal to mgh. So మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి, మనం ఇక్కడ హైట్ అయితే ఆబ్జెక్ట్ is equal to h is equal to maybe 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 4 meter or 100 meters. But you know, radius of the earth is equal to 6400 kilometers. ఇక్కడ నుంచి radius of the earth is equal to 6400 kilometers, or 6400 into 1 kilometer is equal to 10 cube meters. అంటే capital తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే h is very small కదా. In that situation the gravitational potential energy is represented by mgh. But this formula is used when h is far less than capital. h is far less than capital. అప్పుడు మాత్రం ఈ ఫార్ములా యూస్ చేస్తాము. ఒకవేళ h is కంపారిటివ్ టు r అన్నప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంటుంది? How the gravity will changes with height, with depth, అవన్నీ కూడాను they are discussed in gravitational concept. ఇక్కడ అక్కర్లేదు, ఓన్లీ పొటెన్షియల్ ఎనర్జీ ఫార్ములా, గ్రావిటేషనల్ పొటెన్షియల్ ఎనర్జీ ఈక్వల్ mgh గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. where h is measured only in terms of very meters, few meters, it is very negligible and compared with radius of the earth, right? Radius of the earth కి ఈక్వల్ గానో లేదా radius of the earth కి ఎక్కువగానో ఉంటే అప్పుడు ఎలా చేంజ్ చేస్తాము అంటే గ్రావిటేషన్ డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం దాని గురించి. ఇక్కడైతే అక్కడ ఓకే అర్థమైందండి. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్ అబౌట్ ది gravitational force, gravitational potential energy and also conservative force. In case of conservative force, F equal to formula minus du by dx. Minus du by dx. Next again, what is meant by equilibrium and also what are the types of equilibrium? Equilibrium అంటే meaning ఏంటండి? When a body is in equilibrium, equilibrium position లో ఉంది అంటే net force on the body is equal to 0, you know. ఇంత ముందు డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా మనం. If the net force acting on any body is equal to 0, then the body is said to be in equilibrium. Okay. మరి ఇక్కడ what are the types of equilibrium? Mainly there are three types. First one is unstable equilibrium. Second one is stable equilibrium. Third one is neutral equilibrium. Okay na? These types of equilibriums can be found using simple concepts. Observe first one, equilibrium. What is meant by equilibrium means if the net force acting on a body is zero, then the body is said to be in equilibrium. Body is said to be in equilibrium. మరి ఇక్కడ what are the types of equilibrium? Types of equilibrium. ఇందులో ఫస్ట్ వన్ unstable equilibrium. Unstable equilibrium. Second one is stable equilibrium. Stable equilibrium. And third one neutral equilibrium. Neutral equilibrium. These are the types of equilibriums. Okay. Examples తోటి క్లియర్ గా మనం అంశాలను అర్థం చేసుకోవచ్చు. Suppose here this is an inverted hemisphere. This is the inverted hemisphere and polarization. Okay. Also, ఇక్కడ ఎలా తీసుకుంటామంటే this is said to be a bowl, hemispherical bowl of radius r. Okay. And this is the horizontal surface on which a body is there. ఇలా పెట్టేసాను. ఈ మూడు ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ జాగ్రత్తగా అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. 3 ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ముందు ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ నుంచి అర్థం చేసుకుంటే దాని నుంచి we can define easily what is stable, what is unstable and what is equilibrium. Suppose here in the first case a body of mass m or a block of mass m is kept on the surface of the hemisphere. Mass of the block is m. Similar body is kept on the bottom of the hemisphere, bottom of the spherical ball. E point okay. Next one, here also it is a block. Mass of the block is equal to m, which is lying on the horizontal surface. Lying on the horizontal surface. ఇప్పుడు అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి, ఇక్కడ ఈ దీంట్లో ఈ హెమిస్పెరికల్ సర్ఫేస్ పై నుంచి జస్ట్ దీన్ని పుష్ చేసేమనుకున్నాను. జస్ట్ అలా పుష్ చేసి వదిలేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, బాడీ వచ్చేసి స్లైడ్ అవుతూ గ్రౌండ్ పొజిషన్కి వస్తుంది, కానీ ద బాడీ కెనాట్ రిటర్న్ టు ద ఇనిషియల్ పొజిషన్ కదా. రైట్? as the body displaces slightly from its equilibrium position, so at that moment ఇట్లా జస్ట్ డిస్ప్లేస్ చేయడం ఏమవుతుంది అంటే unbalanced force acting on the body. That unbalanced force will try to, pull the body in downward direction. ఈ పాయింట్ దగ్గర ఉన్నప్పుడు, ఈ హైయెస్ట్ పాయింట్ దగ్గర ఉన్నప్పుడు నెట్ ఫోర్స్ ఆన్ ది బాడీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ 0 అన్నమాట. నెట్ ఫోర్స్ 0 means the body is in equilibrium position, right? If it is slightly displaced from its equilibrium position and released, ఇలా రిలీజ్ చేసినప్పుడు బాడీ ఇలా వెళ్తూ ఉంది అంటే some unbalanced force acts on the body. That unbalanced force acting on the body tries to move the block away from the initial equilibrium position and cannot return to the initial position. Okay? ఇలా దీన్ని ఇంకా ఈ ఇనిషియల్ పొజిషన్ కి దూరంగా మూవ్ చేస్తుంది కానీ మళ్ళీ ఒరిజినల్ పొజిషన్ తీసుకురాదు. Therefore, this type of equilibrium of the body is said to be unstable. Unstable is not stable equilibrium. అంటే ఏంటి? జస్ట్ మనం దాన్ని డిస్ప్లేస్ చేసి వదిలేసి ఏమవుతుంది అంటే completely stable equilibrium position can be disclosed or disappears. కానీ ఇది said to be unstable. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, the same body of mass m is lying at the bottom of the hemispherical ball. Here also, if it is displaced slightly from its equilibrium position means ఇక్కడ నుంచి దాన్ని జస్ట్ కొంచెం అలా నెట్టారు అంటాము. If it is displaced slightly from its equilibrium position, release. What happens? Displace చేసిన వదిలేమంటే కొంచెం పైకి వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ ఏమవుతుంది? కిందకు వస్తుంది. ఇలా వెళ్తుంది. ఇలా మెల్లగా ఆసిలేట్ మళ్ళీ ఆ పొజిషన్ దగ్గర రావాల్సిందే కదా. అంటే ఇనిషియల్ గా బాడీ ఏ పొజిషన్ లో ఉందో మళ్ళా అదే పొజిషన్ లోకి వస్తుంది బై సమ్ ఫోర్స్. ఓకేనా? సో మనం దాన్ని డిస్ప్లేస్ చేసిన తర్వాత డిస్ప్లేస్ చేసి రిలీజ్ చేసినప్పుడు దానిపైన అన్బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ ఫోర్స్ యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది. దట్ అన్బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ ఫోర్స్ యాక్టింగ్ ఆన్ ద బాడీ విల్ ట్రై టు take the body in its initial position. This type of equilibrium is called stability. Right? ఇక్కడ చూడండి, suppose if the body is displaced from its initial position and released, ఏమవుతుంది? ఒక పాయింట్ దగ్గర నుంచి ఇంకో పాయింట్ వెళ్తుంది, అక్కడ రెస్ట్ అవుతుంది. మనం అలా నెట్టేసి వదిలేసి వెళ్తాం అనుకోండి, ఇంకో పాయింట్ దగ్గర వెళ్తుంది, రెస్ట్ అవుతుంది. అర్థమైంది? ఇనిషియల్ పొజిషన్ రాదు, అసలు నెట్టేసి వదిలేసిన తర్వాత there is no unbalanced force acting on the body along the direction of motion. Am I right? So ఈ మూడింటి అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. In the first condition, the body can't to take the initial position after it is just removed from the equilibrium position. This type of equilibrium is called unstable. But here, this equilibrium is known as the unstable equilibrium. Okay na? ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది? Even though the body displaces from its equilibrium position and a force acts on it, tries to restore its position. That's why this equilibrium is called stable equilibrium. This is stable equilibrium. And in the third case, even though some external force is applied to displace the body, then it will be changes from one point to another point. Further, it cannot be moved. So this type of equilibrium is called neutral equilibrium. ఇది న్యూట్రల్ ఈక్విలిబ్రియం. అర్థమైందా? ఈ మూడు కూడా ఏంటి? ఇక్కడైనా అక్కడైనా మొత్తం కూడా ఏంటి అంటే దేర్ షుడ్ బి ఎ గ్రావిటేషనల్ ఫోర్స్. ఓకే, బాడీని ఇక్కడ నుంచి కింద తీసుకోవాలి అంటే అన్బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ ఫోర్స్ ఇస్ ది గ్రావిటేషనల్. ఇక్కడ అన్బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ ఫోర్స్ ఇస్ ది గ్రావిటేషనల్. ఇట్స్ ఆల్సో గ్రావిటేషనల్. మీన్స్ వన్స్ అగైన్ యు నో గ్రావిటేషనల్ ఫోర్స్ ఇస్ ది కన్జర్వేటివ్. గ్రావిటేషనల్ ఫోర్స్ ఇస్ కన్జర్వేటివ్, రైట్? మరి ఇక్కడ ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఇక్కడ కండిషన్స్ ఏంటి? వాట్ ఆర్ ద కండిషన్స్ ఫర్ అన్స్టేబుల్ ఈక్విలిబ్రియం? కండిషన్స్ ఫర్ ది అన్స్టేబుల్ ఈక్విలిబ్రియం లో ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఇస్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఫోర్స్. ఈ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఫోర్స్ ఏం లేదు దానిపైన. F is equal to 0. కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్స్ is 0. F is equal to 0 అయింది అంటే what is the value of du by dx? Du by dx is also equal to 0. And third one, d square u by dx square, d square u by dx square, this must be negative. It is equal to negative. And fourth one, in this position the potential energy of the block is equal to, of the body is equal to maximum. Potential energy should be equal to maximum. ఈ పాయింట్స్ మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారు ఒకసారి. Again they are obtaining gravitation laws. Okay, these are the conditions for unstable equilibrium. అలాగే for stable equilibrium condition, here also external force is equal to 0. Second one, du by dx is equal to conservative force is equal to, it is also 0. Same అన్నిట్లో ఈ కండిషన్ పాసిబుల్ అండి. f is equal to 0 ఇక్కడ కూడా. And in the second case f is also d by dx కాబట్టి du by dx is also equal to 0. ఇక్కడ థర్డ్ పాయింట్ మాత్రం d square u by dx square ఇక్కడ నెగటివ్ and in this case is positive. ఇక్కడ మాత్రం d square u by dx square is equal to, this is also equal to 0. And fourth one, as the body is lying at the bottom means that is very near to earth. Earth ki దగ్గరగా ఉంది అంటే potential energy will be minimum because gravitational potential energy is equal to mgh. As h is minimum, potential energy is also minimum. That's why potential energy is equal to minimum. Okay, and in this condition, fourth one, potential energy of the body is equal to, ikkademo maximum, ikkademo minimum. In this condition, the potential energy remains constant. Potential energy remains constant. So these are the types of equilibrium and also conditions of types of equilibriums. బాగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి కాన్సెప్ట్స్. In case of all the three types of equilibrium, f equal to 0, du by dx 0. Okay. In case of unstable equilibrium, d square u by dx square is negative. For stable, d square u by dx square is positive, and for neutral, d square u by dx square is equal to 0. Okay. These last three points are. For unstable equilibrium, potential energy is equal to maximum. For stable equilibrium, potential energy will be minimum, and for neutral equilibrium, potential energy remains constant. Theoretical bits lo adugutarandi. Theoretical bits lo most important, చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. అవునా, మెయిన్స్ లెవెల్లో అడ్వాన్స్ లెవెల్లో కూడా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకే, సపోజ్ here there is an example. In a molecule, the potential energy between the atoms, two atoms is given by ux is equal to a by x power 12 minus b by x power 6, where a comma b are the constants and x is the distance between the atoms. Find the value of x at which the force is 0 and minimum potential energy at that point. This is an example here. Potential energy can be u is equal to a by x power 12 minus b by x power 6, where a comma b are the positive constants. See my dear students, please note this problem in your classroom notebook. It cannot be sent through PDF. Okay, theory part వరకు నేను PDF లో పంపిస్తున్నాను. మధ్యలో వచ్చే చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ మాత్రం నేను చెప్పిన పాయింట్ చెప్పిన ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మాత్రం నోట్స్ లో మెన్షన్ చేసుకోండి. మళ్ళీ అది కూడా PDF లో పెట్టాలి అంటే పాసిబుల్ కాకపోవచ్చు అక్కడ, ఎందుకంటే మధ్యలో వచ్చే ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. So the potential energy between any two atoms in a molecule is given by u is equal to x a by x power 12 minus b by x power 6. A comma b are constant. X is the distance between the two atoms. But ఏమన్నాడు, find the value of x at which force is 0. Force is 0 అంటాడండి. Force between two atoms is equal to 0. Okay. And what is the relation between force and potential energy? Du by dx is also equal to 0. Because it is a conservative force between two atoms, interactive force. Okay na? Intermolecular force present between the atoms is also conservative in nature. But du by dx is equal to 0 means d by dx of u is replaced by a by x power 12 minus b by x power 6 is equal to 0. Okay. So then derivative చేద్దాం. a into d by dx of x power 12 పైకి వెళ్తే x power minus 12 minus b into d by dx of x power minus 6 is equal to 0. రెండికి సపరేట్ గా రాస్తున్నాను. కానీ a into d by dx of x power n equal to formula n into x power n minus 1 అంటే ఎంత వస్తుంది minus 12 into n into x power n minus 1 minus 12 minus 1 okay minus b into ఇక్కడ ఎంత రావాలి minus 6 into x power minus 6 minus 1 is equal to 0 okay so minus 12a x power minus 13 minus minus plus 6b x power minus 7 is equal to 0 okay right 12a x power minus 13 plus 6b x power minus 7 is equal to 0 దీన్ని ఇలా తీసుకెళ్ళామనుకోండి నెగటివ్ వైపు ఎంత వస్తుంది 12a x power minus 13 is equal to ఎంత అంటే 6b x power minus 6 1 6 2s ఈ x power అలా తీసుకెళ్ళామనుకున్నాము b లా తీసుకురండి అంటే 2a by b is equal to x power minus 7 plus 13 minus 7 plus 13 13 plus 7 is equal to 13 plus 7 is equal to x power 6 okay and x power 6 is equal to 2a by b or x is equal to 2a by b whole power 1 by 6 this is the value of x correct there find the value of x at which force is 0 f is equal to 0 du by dx is equal to 0 దీని డెరివేటివ్ చేస్తే మొత్తం x is equal to 2a by b whole power 1 by 6 again find the value of potential energy at the point minimum potential energy u minimum is equal to x value ఇక్కడ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే పోతుంది అంటే a by x power 12 minus b by x power 6 that is equal to a by x is replaced by 2a by b whole power 1 by 6 minus b by 2a by b whole power 1 by 6 okay so finally on solving this we can get the formula minus b square by 4a this is the value of minimum potential energy solve చేయండి solve చేసిన తర్వాత finally value వస్తుంది minimum potential energy is equal to minus b square by 4a okay thank you